Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to our weekly travel training. My name is Marcia Lashley. I am an IntelliTravel ambassador, and I am a certified travel agent, just like you guys, right? Tonight, it's the how-tos in booking travel for independent travel agents, and we're going to talk about why CLIA, and also why we should book group cruises. Now, last week we talked about that. My system is moving really slow. Last week we talked about groups and why we should, to increase our commissions, we should definitely venture out and look for different types of groups we talked about, and then that's how we can increase our commissions, right? We're going to go into a little bit of learning tonight as far as where you go and why you should go there. But first, I would like to announce, I know you guys are hearing stuff on Facebook. People are texting me and calling me, asking me information, and I guess not everyone received an email from them, but Norwegian has a new cruise ship that's coming out. Norwegian Cruise Line celebrates the first construction milestone for their new ship. The new ship, ENCORE, will be their latest addition to its young modern fleet, and it will sail the Caribbean from Miami seasonally beginning in 2019. So now is a really time for you guys to really inquire about it, because we talked about groups last week, and this is a great way for you to start forming those groups, putting them together, because it's fall of 2019. But let me tell you something right now. Don't think that bookings are not going to start going on really soon, in groups, in large groups. And you, again, like I mentioned last week in training, as a travel agent, you always want to be the first to share information with your clients. I mean, now we're probably not, you want to put the word out there, but we don't really have much information. I'm going to show you some stuff, but I don't know, I'm not sure. I didn't get a chance to go onto Norwegian's site. I just dealt with what they sent me. But I don't know if they have the marketing tools in there right now for us to market ENCORE. We can market other ships, but I'm not sure with ENCORE. But guys, this is a great time for you to start putting those groups together and start. This is a great tool to market and build. Within the next year, you can have like 5, 6, or 10 groups going on that ENCORE cruise ship. You can be one of the travel agents, or many of the travel agents that are going to really bring in some revenue on ENCORE. So it's a great way for you to start building with the groups. So they're excited to start production for the Norwegian ENCORE to create another management ship in the Mayer Werft, okay? Norwegian ENCORE will be the 17th ship in Norwegian, which I think is really awesome. Norwegian is a great line. So this is the new ship, Norwegian ENCORE, and guys, it's pretty cool. Now, I'm a haven type of chick. I like to experience those things, and that got me with this one. But they're going to be going to pretty much the Caribbean, Virgin Islands, San Juan, Puerto Rico. That's pretty much where they'll be going, Tortola Islands. And then they'll be going to London. They'll do fall in London, but they'll do spring and summer in the Caribbean. I think it's pretty cool. And this is the Haven Deluxe Owner Suite living room, guys. It's gorgeous. It's my kind of cruising right here. And this is the Haven Courtyard Penthouse. This is the Haven Courtyard. This is the Haven Bedroom Villa. And, of course, that's a balcony stateroom. Looks divine. Now, with the Haven, let me tell you guys something about the Haven. I'm not sure if you guys, pretty sure you guys travel agents, so you travel, right? But the Haven is one of the ships within a ship. Now, what your clients are going to get is private. Of course, they're going to get a key card, where it's a private area. Only the Haven clients will be there in the Haven section. Your clients will have access to the Haven pool, which is private because only the Haven members are there, but they'll have 24 hours concierge. They'll have 24 hours butler service. They'll have, it's on the top forward of the ship, so you don't see anything. All you see is just sea and sun and view. I mean, guys, champagne and chocolate-covered strawberries, whatever you want, served at your leisure. I mean, the spa, everything at your leisure. That's what a ship in a ship is. Such amazing. You guys, we have to get on it. But there's another reason why I'm sharing this with you, and you guys are going to have to wait to hear the rest of it, okay? I'm going to keep you guys in suspense. This is their the Encore's itinerary. Like I told you guys, Southampton, London. They're going to do that. They're going to do 11-day transatlantic from London. And it's going to be the Caribbean for the Eastern Caribbean for the spring. So I think that's really awesome that they already have it lined up. So now that you know that these dates are lined up, look at the itinerary, guys. We can actually build groups off of these. And this is why I'm putting this here. I'm putting this here to put ideas in your heads and get creative so that you can sell it. Because when you get creative, now you're going to share it with your clients and you're going to open their minds. You're going to be dripping information on them and get them all excited and worked up. And before you know it, you're going to have groups locked in, okay? And yes, it's that easy because we're travel agents and they listen to us, especially when there's a new ship out. So this is a great way for us, especially you new travel agents, this is a great way to show what you have backing you. You know what I'm saying? The access and the resources that you have behind you, that you have access to information that's not really out there like that. I mean, it's out there, but it's not out there, and clients, they don't even know anything about Encore. Agents in the industry knows about it, but, you know, our clients don't. So this is a great way for us to sell it, okay? And sell the itinerary to different ports that they're going to. It's out of Miami. Come on, guys. Okay, so let's get back to the training. So I share that with you because we're going to be talking about groups. We're going to talk about cruises, and I want you guys to have an open mind so that you can have an open mind when you're sharing it with your clients, okay? So CLIA, for the newer agents, if we're going to sell groups and if we're going to build our income and our revenue, a majority percentage of our revenue on groups, guys, we need to be educated, pretty much. And so CLIA is the best place to be educated for groups. So I would highly recommend you, especially new agents. I spoke to a couple of agents who's been in the business for a while, and they are not CLIA certified at all. And so I don't understand how you're going to build your income, increase your clientele if you are not educating yourself. Guys, you have to. I will share as much education as I can with you guys on this platform every week, but it's still ultimately your decision to take some time, allot the time, invest the time. And we talked about this in one of the trainings that I did a few weeks ago. If you invest the time into your travel business, you made a decision to invest the time into your travel business, you will see the results within 6 months, within a year. If you commit every hour to do something that's going to help you grow within your travel business, whether it's educating yourself or marketing your business, either one of those two, you'll see a significant difference within a 3 to 6 month period, because once you learn things, you will apply them because you're actually working the business. You're actively involved in your business, and so you'll apply what you learn immediately. And that's the beautiful thing about travel. As soon as you learn something, you can pick up the phone and call someone and say, girl, did you know? Your friends. You can put things in their heads. Did you know? Have you ever heard of, girl, yes. Or you call your neighbor or call someone you know, a coworker or someone, and share it with them. And they're the ones that's going to share it with other people. And before you know it, they'll be calling you. But you have to put action into it. And CLIA is a great place to start. It's the global, it's the best educational institution in travel, and it's the largest cruise trade industry association. CLIA is the global organization that fosters members' success by advocating, educating, and promoting the common interests of the cruise community. So you want to make sure that you position yourself when it comes to information and education and access. If you're connected with CLIA, you'll be in the know, okay? Cruising offers the big commissions. Plus, CLIA members bring you a whole another level of travel industry benefits, which they do. Last year we were at CLIA and we went to a restaurant, a group of travel agents that I met, and we all went to this restaurant. I think it's called Shula's Burgers or something in Fort Lauderdale. And amazingly, they gave us a discount because we had our CLIA cards. Now, if you didn't have your CLIA card, you wasn't getting it. But each member that paid, when you showed your CLIA card with your picture on it, they gave you like a 15% discount. We were like, we're going there every day to eat. So and that's not even in the industry. This is the restaurant. So the benefits are there, and I've experienced them as well. So get with it, guys. Get with it. To obtain a CLIA membership, you will first need to register for access. So, and a lot of times I've been helping a lot of agents, especially new agents, with this. When you go into CLIA, you have to fill in the fields on the create a new CLIA account. okay? Once you've created that account, you can log in. Then when you log in, that's when you have to hit join or renew. You didn't join when you created an account. Like, that's just creating an account. And then once you've created the account, then you have to go join and continue the membership application, okay? You also want to click on Start a New Agent Application and fill out the required information. And of course, once you put your host agency information, which is IntelliTravel's information, in there, it'll reduce the cost at the end. So you'll always see like $155 or whatever it is, but at the end of it, you'll pay about $65. Now, I would highly suggest that when you get to the end, they're going to offer a travel agent directory that you can pay an additional $18. Don't quote me, guys. I know this is being recorded, but don't quote me. I think it might be an additional $18 that you add, and you will be in the directory of travel agents. And when someone goes to CLIA site looking for a travel agent to book their fabulous wedding anniversary or their sorority that's how many hundreds of people, and they're in your area, and you just happen to be the travel agent in that area just because you paid that additional $18, you'll get it, because that's how I found people. Because I paid the additional $18, it really does work. So I just wanted to put that tip in there. And then once you join and you're in, what do you do? So now I'm a CLIA member. What do I do? Well, what do? You need to go ahead and check out State of the Industry. Here's why. Because as new agents, you want to know, first of all, you want to know who traveled. And you want to know in each generational level who traveled, right? So how are you going to know that? By connecting with CLIA, because what do? They keep tabs and keep track of everybody and where they go and what they like to do when they cruise, everything. So we have an idea of what people want, and they provide the education to help us. So when you check this CLIA State of the Industry out, you'll learn the different generations that travel, when they travel, why they travel, and what they like to do. And I think that's a great one because it helped me, at least for me. I mentioned to you guys before, even though I've been in the industry, I really have not experienced cruise like I'm experiencing right now with IntelliTravel being a travel agent. And so I had to learn. And that's why I go to these annual events every year, because I'm learning. My mind is really open to learning cruises. And so when I watched this for the first time, when I first purchased my travel business, I learned about who traveled. I didn't realize so many people cruise. Everybody traveled, but cruise was a totally different ballgame for me. I had no idea that there was so many people that really cruise. And then there's also so many people who have never been on a cruise. They've never been on a cruise right here in the U.S. And those are our people. Those are our targets. And once we're educated, we'll be able to capture them, okay? So they also have different certification courses, and this right here, the reason why I have this here, guys, is because the more you learn, the more you earn. The more you know, the farther you'll go, right? So they have like the different levels: the CCC certified cruise counselor, you have the accredited cruise counselor, and you have the master cruise counselor and the elite cruise counselor. All these are different levels, and as you learn and you're more educated, you'll go up another notch, go up another level, and because you've experienced, you've sold the cruises, you've done you've qualified every level that they have presented. You've qualified it by being actively involved in your business. So now CLIA is gonna, accreditate you and give you another level. And the more you learn is the more you're going to sell. And the more you're going to be, people are going to be attracted to you because you're going to be breathing cruises. And I'm telling you from experience because that's what's happening with me right now. So I'm not going to go through all of this, but I just wanted you guys to really see and understand that if you don't get with CLIA, if you guys are interested, which I highly recommend that you guys try to get into, as new agents, we cannot just find a niche when we get into the industry that we're not very familiar with. You have to learn all aspects of travel, all components of travel, and then you can find your place. You'll find your place. You'll find which one you're more comfortable with, which one you enjoy doing the most, and then you fit in, and then you go certify for that one. So I'm not saying to lock into cruises. What I'm saying is to allow yourself, if you want to become successful in your travel business and you want to earn six-figure incomes annually, then you want to get with cruises and group cruises, because that's really where the money is. And so that's why I'm sharing this information with you guys, right? So go to the website, guys. Because a lot of times when there's a special and you give the cruise lines a call, you are depriving yourself of those specials. You won't get it because they created the itinerary for you. But if you call them and ask questions and learn about certain things, and then you go online, log into the cruise line's website and create your itineraries, then you'll be positioned for any promotional deals. Most of them, they have to be booked online. And a lot of times us travel agents, we miss those deals because we either don't know, and most of the times we don't know is because we are not prepared. We didn't take the time to educate ourselves, so we're not prepared. So 1 second, guys. I think someone's texting me. Are you guys hearing? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was getting a question, so I'll answer all questions at the end. I apologize for interrupting I thought that you guys weren't hearing me, and I was just talking away, and no one was hearing me. So why use the cruise websites? Because, number one, you can take control of your booking, and you can view your commissions. A lot of times we have no idea how much our commissions are, and that's because we don't know, we don't understand the cruise line's website. So you want to take some time to go into the cruise lines, and here's the thing. Each supplier, they provide education for us. I spoke to a travel agent last year who just came into the business, and she's still in the business. And one of the reasons why she's still in the business is because she's been a travel agent prior, but she had to pay for all of her Carnival education courses, her Royal Caribbean. She literally had to spend hundreds of dollars for these courses that we have access to through IntelliTravel for free. So guys, utilize it. And the more we utilize it, the better we will become. Okay? When you go on the cruise line's website, once you practice and create a mock booking, the only thing you don't have to do is put in the itinerary. I mean, the credit card number. Okay, create a mock booking. Go through search. You can't damage anything. I was going to say the other word. You can't really screw anything up. So you want to make sure that you go in there and learn. Okay, view your commissions. Keep up with your payments for your group bookings. You want to do that. You want to know who paid and who didn't pay. You want to send current information. You want to print out current invoices. You have to know how to do that. You don't want to call the cruise lines for those things, okay? Then you can also purchase additional points and amenities and special gifts on the websites. And when they have specials and promotional deals, the tour operators are not going to tell you that. You have to be able to go into your back office in the cruise line's website and inquire, okay? You can use your points. And most of the times, 1 point is equivalent to the base cruise, not the taxes, fees, and port expenses, just the base cruise. Use your points to purchase gifts for your guests. You can convert your points also into commissions. If you don't have like a Pied Piper or you don't have a group leader and you're doing all of that, you can convert it. You can register your bookings made on the cruise line's website and earn points towards cruise lines. Like Carnival does that all the time. And you can, and also MSC, they have a reward system. You can also access education and marketing tools. I just did another group to Cuba in December. This is a group of 20, and I created a really nice, I was really proud of myself and that's because I've been doing it. I created it, and they were on the line. They were iffy about it. They weren't sure. And when I created the flip book in Royal Caribbean, guys, and I sent it to them, they were in awe. It didn't take anything for them to want to lock it in. So these little tools and the marketing tools that our suppliers have, you guys use them. This is what our clients are waiting on us to present these things to them, and we have them, and we have to use them, okay? My computer's moving slow. So if you guys don't have it already, here is some information, the numbers. I don't know if you guys have it. It should be in your, but if you go into your preferred VIP partner book here, you will also have that information. It's MSC, MSCCruiseAgent.com. You can go there to register. In order to use MSC Book, you have to contact IntelliTravel and be registered there. But they really also have some great deals for travel agents as well. There and great incentives, okay? So for new travel agents who booked cruises prior to becoming an independent agent, and it's within 60 days, you're within 60 days of booking the cruise before you became a travel agent, you can do a takeover. And it's really easy and it's really cool, and it shows you from coming from a customer to an agent, it shows you, because when you think that you're just getting it all, like you have the greatest person that took care of you as a customer, and they gave you all these perks, and you always felt like they took care of you, and they hooked you up with great stuff, you know, so you got a lot for your money. And then you become a travel agent, and then you realize, wow, that person, they did a great job, yeah, but that was the norm. But now I can get a commission too, and a lot of agents are not realizing that they can actually bring their bookings over within 60 days, okay? If you've booked it within 60 days, and then you get started after, within 60 days, but after, you can bring them over. So you contact your cruise lines for the instructions and the guidelines to take over the booking. Then you also want to notify your IntelliTravel, your host agency, so that they can assist you, and they need to be in sync. You guys need to be hand in hand, so that if there's anything that your host agency can do to assist you, like providing the cruise lines with the acceptance letter, you have to get that from your host agency and submit it to them. And then, of course, they're going to need a letter from all of the passengers, and it's a little process, but it's so worth it, guys. Keep in mind that if you may have to cancel your booking and rebook, which you might want to consider the rates, availability, and the restrictions to attempting cancellation, prior to attempting cancellations, because you don't want your clients to lose their money. You don't want it to be credited to future cruises. You want them to be able to use their money for that particular cruise they booked it for. Also, consider that when you originally confirmed the booking, you were not a travel agent. So if you feel like it's too much and it's a hassle, don't be discouraged. Just thank the cruise lines and move on. But just understand that you just have to have some patience, because it's a process. You're coming from a customer to a travel agent, and that's a crossover, and it's a process that they'll have to go through. So you have to be patient. But in the end, guys, it's worth it, okay? I have someone on my team right now. I'm going to share it with you guys. She's been booking travel for years, and she came on board last year, and just like what I just explained, she had just booked group. Now she does, one of the reasons why I wanted her in is because she's been booking for years, and she does sometimes 2 or 3 cruises a year, and she has a following. So she just booked her cruise, and I contacted her. She finally called me back, and she started, and we did the process. She never went into her website to find out what her commissions were. I showed her how to do it, but she never had a chance to, because she's super busy. She's in the medical field, and she's really busy. So she finally went in, guys. Now she's down to the wire. She's going to be sailing in like a month, 2 months, 9 days, 9-day cruise, and she has like 17 or 18 cabins booked. And she had no idea what her commissions were. And like 2 days ago, she went in. I did one of these one-on-ones with her. She went in, and she saw her commissions, and she was like stuttering on the line. It was amazing. She had no idea. She's been doing this for 14 years, and she's never, ever received any kind of commissions. She's received perks, and the cruise lines treated her very well, naturally, because she's bringing revenue in. But now the cruise lines are treating her even super well, because she's bringing the revenue in. She's still getting her perks and her groups amenity points and all these different things. But now she's getting a huge check, thousands of dollars. She almost dropped the phone. She was so shocked. And she's like, wow, I'm going to retire from my job. This is what I'm going to be doing, because she's in her 60s. So, you know, it's just when you're new and you're coming from customer to travel agent, there's a lot that you have to learn. And when you go into CLIA, especially when you're booking cruises and groups, you get into CLIA, you learn about the groups, you learn how to build and how to market them, and they will come in, okay? So when booking small groups or large groups, don't be afraid of the accounting. And that's another thing. A lot of agents, I don't want to have to go through all that. You don't have to. The suppliers have made it so that we don't have to worry about any of those things. We don't have to. Everything is set up it's like self-maintenance in a way. The only thing that we have to do is make sure that we keep up with those final payment dates, make sure that our clients, remind our clients to make their payments. Some people just want to pay it off at once. You don't want to nag them, but you want to keep them warm. You want to keep them involved. You want to have incentives going on throughout your group time so that your client, they can be excited about the trip and want to give their credit cards up to make those payments, right? So that's what you want to do, but that's pretty much the length of it. We depend on the suppliers, and they provide the platform for us to maintain the accounting aspects of the group. We can do a printout and have everything there, so don't be afraid, guys, okay? They'll provide all the tools. What I would suggest you do is go in, create a double occupancy, a triple, and a quad so that you can know what it is, because sometimes you'll have the first passenger pay $549 for the cruise rate, for the cruise, the base cruise rate, and then they'll pay $165 taxes, fees, and port expensive. And then the second passenger will pay $300 for the base cruise rate with the same taxes, fees, and port expenses. Then the third passenger will pay maybe $150 because of the promotional deal. So you want to get a double occupancy quote, a triple, and a quad, so that you can see if there's a difference. Now, when it's a situation like I just explained, and you add that total up and divide it into, let's say, 3, because that's what I just explained, it'll be evenly divided, and then all 3 of them will pay an equal part. They don't necessarily have to know that. You are working it out that way, even though that third person is only paying $100. But if it was a child, then it'll be different. But if it's like 3 adults, you want each adult, you want them to all pay equal parts so that they can pay for the entire cabin, right? So that's a great way to do it. So that's why you want to make sure that you have double, triple, and quads so that you can know the rates, okay? And then you contact the suppliers, and then you let them know, hi, my clients, they're actually looking at Norwegian and Carnival, but you know, I decided to recommend Royal Caribbean and have them come to you guys or whatever, and they'll work on the rates. They'll try to find the best deals for them, but you know, you want to do that before so that you can see if there's a difference in the rate, or you'll have an idea what the rates are, and then you can talk deeper into what perks and what amenities that you can get from the cruise lines, okay? Agents are allowed to accept up to 10 individual credit cards, and this is for all groups, cruise booking and land booking, okay? 1 second, guys. Right. So when we're allowed to accept at least 10 credit card payments from some suppliers. So if you have several people, and everyone, maybe you have 3 people in a cabin, and all 3 of them wanted to pay with different credit cards, they can do that, okay? Don't tell them they can't. I had someone said, I didn't know that. I didn't know we can do that. Yes, we can. Everyone should be able to pay for their portion of their travel cost expenses. So they're allowed to pay with as many credit cards as possible. Okay, you have a group of 40 or 50 people, double occupancy, and they're all paying separately, contact the supplier's group department, and they'll be happy to assist you with it. You don't have to, oh my gosh, I have to sit here and do all this. They can do it really quick for you. You just get on the phone, have the information in front of you so that you can flow, and they'll take care of all of it for you. Group cruises, 8 cabins or more is an affinity group, which you guys should know by now because I've mentioned this before, but if we have new agents on the phone, I just want you guys to understand. So when you have an affinity group, which is everyone has something in common, everyone knows someone, like a sorority or a yoga class or a photography class or a chef class or a teaching class of some kind, or a sports group, or a group of girls who just love shopping or love cruising. I mean, who knows? They have something in common, though. Once you have an affinity group, what the cruise lines will do is create a shell, group shell, which is a group booking number, and under that is where each reservation will fall. So if you have 8 cabins in the affinity group, then cabin number 1, Bob and Marissa will book on those, and cabin number 2, Jim and Abby will book on that one, and everyone will have a different itinerary reservation number under that group booking. That's pretty much what it is. I hope it's not confusing. So each 8 cabins will have their individual payments, and payments are made directly to the reservations, not the group. The group does not accept, that group number does not accept any money. So people get confused, like, well, should I pay to the, no, you should not pay to the group booking ID. It should go to this direct reservation for that person, that group of people. Maybe it's 3 people in a cabin, or maybe it's 2, but that payment is going to that reservation number, okay? The group ID is just for us. When a passenger makes a payment, it'll be for the cabin, not the entire group. I just mentioned that. I guess I'm speaking a little too fast. And if, like I mentioned before, if there's a promo code, you definitely want to make sure that you add it up and make it equal parts, okay? Unless it's a child going, then you want the parents to know, well, the child will pay $100. They'll be happy about that. So the group, these are some terms for you new agents. The group space is pretty much a block of staterooms. And there are some limitations with some cruise lines. If you are looking for 100 or 200 or more rooms, you can't just go through the groups department online. You really have to go into a different department, okay? Affinity group, I just mentioned it to you. People with a common interest, 8 or more cabins. Points, which are credits towards amenities. And like, so what cruise lines do is once you sold 8 cabins or more, for every 8 cabins, they'll give you one gap point. And the gap point is usually equivalent to the base cruise rate. So maybe the base cruise rate is $543, and then the taxes, fees, and port expenses is $149 or $205, making the total $705 or $805. The one gap point will be equivalent to the base cruise rate. So now you can use that towards, you know, making sure that each cabin has a gift. Usually that's what we do. We'll take one. If we have 2 gap points, we'll take one and make sure that they put some chocolate-covered strawberries in each cabin, or some, you know, slippers, the bath slippers, spa slippers, or something really, you know, neat into their cabins. And then you can also take the other gap point and you can convert it into commissions as well. So it's all about, if you have a piper or a group leader, you can share that other gap point with them if no berths were given for in the package. Okay, amenities, extra products and service and benefits the regular passengers don't typically receive, and the TC berths free for a person managing the group, like I mentioned before. And the piper I mentioned last week to you guys, they attract participants. So you definitely want to reward them with a berth or with points, okay? So why sell cruise groups? Because there are more commissions, and you build a bigger clientele base. Because let's say you have a sorority group, and it's your girlfriend Lisa that is in a sorority, and it's a big sorority, her chapter. And Lisa came to you and Lisa says, hey, you know, Susan, I need for you to book this group. These are my girls, and I want you to take care of them. And so you book Lisa's girls for her. You don't know them. They're all Lisa's people. Lisa just brought them to you because you're Lisa's girl. So now you're taking care of Lisa's group. Every single member of that group will come back to you at a different time, probably with a different group. This time maybe with their spouse and their family, or maybe it's a family reunion or a birthday, and it probably won't involve these others. Every single member in that group is a potential new client for you. So this is one of the reasons why we want to apply leverage to building groups and booking cruises, because once you apply leverage, guys, it's going to be a lot easier. And then, of course, we have Ensemble with the in-your-face direct marketing, the direct mail and email marketing. So once you apply that, you get their information and you set them up with Ensemble, the rest is over, because they'll receive the right information. Ensemble will send them the things that they like to see, the river cruises that they like to go on, or whatever it is that they like, they'll receive, and it'll just entice them to book with you. And of course, Ensemble only encourages them to book with us, with you, not a supplier, or, you know, they don't give supplier information, they give information about your agency. So it's very important that you use, get with bigger group, build a bigger clientele base with bigger groups, okay? You get people together. Another reason why you want to book groups, you get people together. And continue a referral. Like I said before, they'll continue to refer. Maybe they won't travel again, but they'll tell someone else about you, and then before you know it, you are, you know, overflowing with groups. It helps with the agency growth, of course, because you want to increase your revenue. Every agency wants to increase their revenue every year. So naturally, new individual customers for you, like I mentioned before, you will. And then gap points, amenities, TCs, and onboard credits. This is a great way for you to accumulate a lot, because you can turn a basic commission, basic grouping commission that may be $500, and you can turn it into $1,000 or $1,500 just with pretty much adding short excursions, adding travel insurance from travel insured, because we get a higher percentage rate. It's all about the numbers, guys. So you want to use preferred supply or our preferred partners. Our preferred partners pay more commissions, and they'll go the length, because if something goes down with your clients and you didn't use a preferred partner, you can't really, they're not going to go to bat and go to work for your clients like a preferred partner will. A preferred partner, along with IntelliTravel, will go to work for you and your clients to make sure that your clients are happy, whether it's an upgrade or whether it's whatever it is that they can do to satisfy and make it work for your clients. The others that are non-preferred suppliers, they'll go, but they won't go the length that preferred suppliers. So you want to definitely use our preferred suppliers before you go outside of, using them. Okay. They're also less likely to cancel. When you have a group, again, affinity group, they have everything in common, one thing in common. They know each other. One person, it's very hard for them to cancel, because now it's a team thing. It's a togetherness effort. One person's going to want to go, oh, I'm definitely on that. They're going, oh, I'm definitely, and that's what happened with my group. They heard certain people were going, and they were like, oh, they're going, oh, I'm definitely in, Marcia. And that's what we do. We use that. Less likely to cancel, 90% confirm rate, 10% cancellation rate, which is actually facts. Easier to qualify for group rates, fit or group rates, amenities and points. You definitely accumulate those when you do groups. Like I said, every 8 cabins, you get 1 gap point. So think about that. And then you can turn those gap points into a lot of things, okay? Higher profitability of success because of the 10% cancellation rate with groups. It's a higher, you're definitely going to meet your mark. You set your goals, you'll meet them with groups. So it's really less hassle, guys. Less time selling. Like I said, you can contact the cruise lines and tour operators. You ask them any questions. They are allowed to be on the phone with us for 1 hour. So don't be in such a rush to get off the phone with them. Ask questions. Write the questions down before you call them, so that every step by step, go to question number 1, then go to number 2, leave some space so you can fill in the answers. But take your time and go through them so that you can make sure that you get all your questions answered. Okay? You'll spend less time selling. Pied Pipers, you want to use those, help you with less time selling. Group leaders, because they'll go around and they tell everyone that what's going on. They'll get all the information that you need, and they'll bring it to you. And they don't do any selling, and they don't do any marketing, any booking and any selling. So they just pretty much spread the word for you. So that's a great way to spend less time selling, okay? Word to mouth, again, like I told you guys, word to mouth spreads the word a lot. So you want to use that as well. Themed cruises also attract special interest groups. There are Star Wars groups. There are Harley Davidson groups. There are Spades groups. There are Super Bowl groups. Yes, Super Bowl groups. And now cruise lines are starting to cater to Super Bowl groups, because people really want to go on a cruise and watch the Super Bowl as opposed to going to the stadium, because half the time we all know we don't get in. So, that's a great way for you to share with your clients that it's all inclusive. It's a moving hotel. It's all inclusive. They don't have to pay for anything once they pay for their cruises, just their gratuities. If they want a beverage package, they can do that as well, but pretty much everything is covered. So you want to show them how they can get more for their money by taking their groups on a cruise. Cruise lines appreciate the business, and you're helping to fill in the ships. The more people, the more revenue, of course, naturally. And, of course, the more revenue, the more commissions for you. Maintaining your groups. So you designate a Pied Piper for your groups. If you don't have a Pied Piper, you'll pretty much have to do it on your own, which will be a little bit more work, but, guys, it's worth it because your commissions are, at stake here if you don't keep your group together. So I would say designate a Pied Piper, one who knows a lot of people and who will spread the word and keep spreading the word. And then also, guys, we have, as travel agents with IntelliTravel, we have the Travel Incentive Center that you guys can use to keep your groups really on fire, keep them alive, keep them hyped. give them incentives. Let them know that if they fill out if they pay for their cabin before the due date, let's say your due date is October 2018, and you let them know that if all cabins are paid in full by July or August, that they'll get a free trip, or whatever the case may be, or September, or whatever it is that you put. But set goals for them and keep them hyped, and so that they'll be excited and want to stay in the group, and that will eliminate that, also reduce that 10% cancellation rate as well. Okay, create a Facebook group. If you don't have a Pied Piper, like I didn't have a Pied Piper for my groups to Cuba next month, I went on there. I think I showed you guys in one training before. I created a Facebook group page, and I added all types of images of Cuba and Nassau, or the itinerary, and to entice the group. And even people who were still on the fence about, they wanted to go, but they wanted to kind of see who was going before they decided to lock in their cabins. And so I invited them all into this private group on Facebook, and they get to see whatever I post in there. And eventually they all, people were like, okay, this person's going that road. That's nice. They see the different cruise. They saw the cruise ship. They saw the Empress of the Seas. They saw the different shore excursions. They saw the prices for the air from New York to Miami, from Atlanta to Miami, because I post all those things in there, keeping them, as soon as I felt like a week went by, I put something in there to keep them going, keep them interested, and it worked, okay? So you definitely want to do that with your group, and it will really help you keep your group warm. So great ways to attract business. Again, I talked to you guys about Ensemble, direct mail, email marketing. Guys, get with it. 50 names. If you have 50 names, their names, their email address, their telephone numbers, and their physical mailing address. That's all you need. And if you have those, get 50 of them. Get with Ensemble so that they can get that direct mail, the email marketing going, the direct mail and email marketing system going for you. It will really help you build your clientele of booking, especially cruises. And even other trips too. This is not necessarily pertaining to just group cruises. Yes, it is, but I'm talking about venturing out and ways to attract different types. Maybe they don't want to go on. Maybe you have a yoga group, and maybe they don't want to go on a cruise. Maybe they want to go to Italy. Go into an Ensemble and take them on a wine country, or, maybe they want to go to Greece, take them to Mykonos or Santorini or Athens. It's still a group, okay? But at least you know the process, you know the system. So you want to establish a relationship with special interest groups, like I said, yoga groups and photographers and crocheting groups, and for sororities and fraternities. And then there's also foodie groups. Now, Oceania is an awesome cruise line for foodie groups because they really get people involved. I mean, you really get to participate in the whole cooking thing. And if you're a foodie like me, you'll be in food heaven, okay? They'll love you forever. They'll always want to go on those cruises, and then they'll bring more people. So we have to get creative. There's also how-tos groups. A lot of baby boomers, they go on these how-tos, especially with technology that's so far ahead of them, and they want to be in the know. They want to be savvy, and they have the finances, and so they do it. They go on how-tos groups. There's also fundraising groups. It's a great way to get new businesses, and like I told you guys last week, the cruise lines will do an excellent job with the fundraising groups because and charity groups, because the portion that they'll take out, it will not affect your commissions, which is a great thing. So you want to push those. People always want to get behind a cause. People want to be connected. They want to be involved. So you want to make sure that if there's none, you put one together. Okay, create one. Create a fundraising group. And give back to it. This is a great way for you to give back. Create a fundraising group for a cause, and have everyone enjoy a cruise and give the funds to the charity for that particular cause. It's a great way for you to give back. It makes you feel good as a professional in the industry. And by the way, happy International Women's Day to all you successful, bold, beautiful women out there. Okay, so this is a prime example of a how-tos group. Okay, Jack Hollingsworth. He did a cruise on it's a river cruise. And he did a cruise, this website, Master Smartphone Photography with Jack Hollingsworth, while cruising the Rhone aboard the Emerald Liberté, August August 4th to 11, 2018. So a lot of baby boomers, if they want to, and I'm not promoting this, I'm just giving you guys an example of what we can do. Okay, we are capable of doing this. We have Riviera, we have Viking, we have all these different scenic, we have all these different cruise lines out there that you can, Emerald waterways, you can Emerald waterways, you can definitely get with all of them and create these things that are already out there and people are actually going and doing and being a part of. You can also create that, okay? Just an example I wanted to show you. And that was it. Wasn't that nice and short and sweet? But that was the first half, you guys know. Now let's go into the Q&A and then let me open up the lines for you guys. Questions, guys? No questions? Oh, wait, I do have a question. 1 second. How long does it take to get the CLIA card once I complete the membership training? Once you, the training is probably going to take you probably like 45 minutes to an hour, if that much, once you go into that state of the industry, the cruise industry. And then you get it right away. I mean, you don't get it right away, but you know you passed right away, and then it takes a couple of weeks for your card to actually come in the mail. But it's pretty awesome. Any other questions? No? You guys, that is awesome. No, it's not awesome. I like when you guys have questions. Oh, we have a question. Deirdre, good evening. How are you? Deirdre?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Hi, how are you?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
All right.
What's your question?
Great. Okay, so I'm in the process of working on a group cruise for June with Carnival.
Okay.
And so now I'm getting ready. I've collected deposits, and I'm getting ready to, I guess, berth the cabins. So should I just like call our BDM with Carnival to assist me with berthing the cabins, or what do you?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You can call the groups department of Carnival, and they will help you berth the cabins.
Okay. All right. Okay. And
Especially
then,
if you're not familiar with it, you definitely want to call them and ask. Those tour operators they will answer any questions for you. They'll tell you anything that you need to know. And then once they do it once for you, you'll kind of get an idea, and then you can kind of, well, but to me anyway, they did it once for me, and then I caught on, and I was able to do it on my own.
Okay. Now, what about, like, with, I been on a couple of ensemble webinars, and they talk about how they have a host.
Yes, they do.
And so I want to know how that works, or if I could have a host for my cruise that's coming up.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can if there's available. Now, guys, I wanted you guys to see this real quick. Can you guys see this? Can you see my screen?
Let me clear. Yeah. Okay, my box is in the way. I'm trying to clear the box off.
This is pretty much Intel. Oh, it went away. It went away. I'm going to try to get it back. There's a new IntelliTravel. Well, it's not a new number for me anyway. I know that number, but for you guys, it'll probably be a new number for you guys. But the 1-800-873-5353 number, that's pretty much the number that I've always called. should only be used to contact customer service staff in addition to our live chat and email. Okay, there's some changes that are going on in IntelliTravel. So once you guys log in, you'll see for yourself, but I just wanted you guys to see that. Okay, good, you can see. So, ensemble, right?
Right.
I just had a brain fart, guys. I'm sorry. Oh, see? I told you guys I just had a brain fart. Like, why am I in my agency? I don't know. Going to ensemble. So this is how you go to ensemble, if you guys, some of you guys don't know. Now, this is how you're going to know, Deidre, this is how you're going to know if you, if your cruise has a host.
A host?
Okay, so what I always suggest you do is prior to making your reservations, you want to come to Ensemble. You want to go into Ensemble. You want to put in your itinerary or find your cruise in Ensemble and see which one of these 3 icons pertains to your cruise, okay? If you see this icon, then you know that your cruise has an Ensemble hosted, it's an Ensemble hosted cruise. Okay, so now you won't have to worry about the host because you'll be, that's for you. And then if you see the star, then that means that Ensemble, there's an exclusive offer, Ensemble exclusive offer. Okay, of course, naturally, this one is in your preferred supplier. But these 2 right here is where you'll see, you'll know that there's an offer or there's a hosted cruise. So I would recommend that you go into Ensemble prior to contacting the cruise lines. You want to find your itinerary here, see what privileges and perks are added to it, and then when you call the cruise line, automatically, because, I logged in to my cruise line yesterday, and I saw it said Ensemble Cruise, Ensemble Preferred Partner, which was new to me. I was like, wow, it says Ensemble. I never saw that before, but it did. So you want to come in here first, and you want to find, if it's a river cruise, a hotel, a supplier, or a cruise, you want to go in there and you want to find your itinerary and see if your cruise has any of any hosted, if it's a hosted cruise or if it has a special offer. And then once you do that, like I said, you want to contact the cruise line and they will put it all in. It won't cost you anything extra or anything.
Okay,
so that's what you want to do before you start berthing those cabins. Yeah, you want to do that before you berth them so that they can attach anything, any special programs or if there is if it's an Ensemble hosted cruise, you want to be included in that privilege, and then you also want your exclusive offers. And then you have them help you berth the cabins.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Great.
Thank you.
Do you have any other questions? No other questions? We're going to finish at 11, 1 hour, for real, guys? I wanted to show you guys this really quick because a lot of, my computer is moving really slow. MSC Cruises, guys, I can say so much about MSC Cruises, but you guys want to definitely get in here. You want to educate yourself first about MSC Cruises. But let me tell you something. They treat travel agents really well. So that this will be a reward in a way because you'll learn how to sell MSC, and then you'll also be able to take your family and have an awesome experience on a very luxurious ship that's very affordable, I must say. That's how I describe MSC. Affordable luxury, which luxury is never affordable, but this one is affordable luxury because it's really awesome, really nice, and it's affordable. So, and of course you guys see that there's so many marketing tools here for us. You can go in there, you can promote something. you know, you can contact them. They can help you promote something. If you have a suggestion, they will definitely take it into consideration for you. So, you know, I think that you guys should definitely give them a shout out. Go check them out. I recommend them.
Great.
No other questions? You guys, it's open for you guys. Questions away. You can be anonymous. You don't have to say your name. Say your name.
So
and if you're not sure, these. I'm sorry. I was going to say that this is what we get from Ensemble.
Okay.
And it has all of the different itineraries in it. And they'll send you stuff like this so that you can, and your clients will actually get stuff like this, and they'll have your name on it right here to your clients from you, okay? But it has all kinds of different destinations in here, guys. So you guys want to definitely get with. I have to admit, I'm being recorded, so I have to admit, I slept on Ensemble initially, and then prior to becoming an ambassador, I learned about them because, of course, naturally, I got these way before. And so I realized that they had something that our previous consortium did not have or did not offer us. So I started to dig a little deeper and learned a lot about Ensemble. They're really great, and it's a great way. Here's the thing, guys. As travel agents with IntelliTravel, we can't complain. We can never say that it's not enough marketing tools. We can't say that. We can't. We cannot. Because if we ever say that, that will be so untrue. We have access to a lot of marketing. And so with that being said, no one should have an issue with clients because we should be out there using these tools that are in our back office to put real people in. I told you guys last week, go back and watch the recording last week. I showed you guys how to use these travel incentives. I showed you guys how to use them on Facebook, especially this one when you do a travel party. And I am not talking about the other types. I'm talking about a travel party with packages and a theme so that you can have every person at your travel party put a deposit on a package before they leave that travel party, and then you give them one of these for making a deposit, an incentive to keep them excited. You just talked about keeping people excited. These are what you use to keep them excited and keep them hyped. Okay, these are great tools. So as agents, especially if there are new agents out there, you want to take some time to invest some time into your travel business, and you will see the rewards from them. You will.
So when is your next webinar when you do this?
Every Thursday. Same time, same place.
All right,
just
great.
Different dates.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
I try to share as much information as I can when it comes to building our business, exposing our business, increasing our commissions. I was actually going to go in a little bit more, but I just came from my cousin's 50th birthday party, and I'm exhausted, but I had to give my people the time. We need this time. But I wanted to go into more details, and next week I'll do that as far as commissions, how to increase your commissions on cruises, on booking group and cruises. And I'm into cruises right now, guys, because I'm literally seeing it. And I just got another group, and I'm excited about it, and they're coming. And I don't know if you guys are in the morning locker room calls, but that whole personal development mindset, manifesting these thoughts and speaking them and putting them into action, the 3 for 3, thoughts, feeling, and action, it works. Because if you open up your mind, you say, I'm an independent travel agent and I'm going to be booking 5 to 6 groups every year, guess what happens? Before you know it, people are going to be contacting you about groups. Hey, Marcia, I was looking at a group and I want to know if you do groups. Naturally, it'll come to you. So equip yourself, educate yourself. Go into CLIA, learn as much as you can about groups. Go to the suppliers, every supplier, Royal, Norwegian, MSC, Holland. They all have education, guys. Go in there, educate yourself on the new cruise ships, the new products. If a ship came out of dry dock and it's been it's been repurposed. You want to know. You want to inform your clients. People are spreading rumors about stuff if they had a bad experience. It's our duty to correct them, bust those myths. You know, if you hear someone saying something bad about a supplier, even if they're not our preferred supplier, we are agents of the industry. It is our job to educate customers out there. You can't do that if you're not informed, right? So that's why education is important. Absolutely. Oh, I got a message here. You're welcome. You're very welcome. You guys know I just enjoy sharing and helping you guys. I don't want anyone to feel, especially on the team, I don't want anyone to feel stuck or limited in any way. So whatever knowledge we can share. And if you guys experience something, this is a platform for us to share it in travel. We don't have another one on a weekly basis where we can actually share our experiences. Last week, Susan came on there. She shared her experience. It was great because someone else was having an issue with the same supplier, and she was able to help someone else. So it's great when you guys are, especially new agents, you may not, be experiencing something, share it. And so we all learn, and, maybe someone can help you go in a different direction with it, or maybe next time you can know what to apply or what not to apply, because we're all learning. But this is such a wide industry, and there's so many components to travel that you want to make sure that you ask questions before you assume, okay? And that's why we have the Q&A, where we can just chat it up. So if you guys don't have any other questions, we're going to wrap it up tonight, and I will be here same time, same place, just different date. Oh, I have another. No, I don't have another question. I thought I did. I do have another question. Thank you. You guys have a wonderful evening, and I will see you guys next week. Take care.